The National Director of Public Prosecutions, Advocate Shamila Batohi, is expected to continue to testify before the Nkabinde Enquiry when it resumes its hearings in Pretoria this morning. Now, the inquiry is looking into suspended South Gauteng Director of Public Prosecutions, Advocate Andrew Chauke's fitness to hold office. And this follows allegations that he obstructed key criminal prosecutions and shielded high-profile individuals from facing justice. Let's cross now to SABC News Reporter Ofentse Setimo for more on this. Ofentse, again, with all the inquiries going on, there's a commission of inquiry that's headed by Justice Madlanga. There's an ad hoc committee, and it seems this is what we are focused on right now, South Africans, really unlocking what has happened. And this issue has also been touched upon at the ad hoc committee, for example.
Absolutely, and a good morning to you, Sakina. Well, there is a wide speculation that this particular inquiry actually emanates from that explosive revelation by the KZN commissioner when he mentioned that, law enforcement and justice and prosecution are actually being captured by criminal elements. We know that Advocate Shamila Batohi is the one who actually reported the South Gauteng prosecution's boss, Andrew Chauke, to the president, and this happened somewhere around 2023. And immediately after the announcement by the police commissioner of Gauteng into the capture of law enforcement and the justice cluster, that's when the president actually suspended the South Gauteng prosecution's boss, Mr. Advocate Chauke, placed him on suspension, and also established this particular commission. Now, we know that this commission is supposed to run for the next 4 months, looking at 2 incidents which Advocate Shamila Batohi felt were actually very suspicious. That is the fact that there was a team of prosecutors that was set up to go and prosecute Major General Johan and the Ketomena unit, as a matter of fact, that they were being accused of being a death squad targeting criminals. But unfortunately, out of the 23 dockets which had been compiled, there's only 2 which were mentioning Johan Boysens and the Ketomena unit, actually saying that he actually arrived following the shooting incident that actually happened when they were actually tracing one of the suspects who was on their most wanted list. And we also know about Lieutenant General Richard Mdluli, of which there was a 1999 murder of Ramugibe, who was apparently sharing a lover with the then crime intelligence boss. And in fact, there were some reports that apparently Richard Mdluli had warned Mr. Ramugibe that he would actually kill him, and subsequently he died. But in coming to prosecution, Advocate Chauke actually referred the matter to an inquest, which Advocate Batohi says this put the NPA into disrepute, and it also weakened the NPA's case. But when coming to the representation for Advocate Chauke, that is Advocate Tembega Nukaitobi, he mentioned that it was actually very dangerous to prosecute prosecutors who actually use their prosecutorial discretion on cases, mentioning that, in as much as these guys are independent, they are also allowed to be given room to make those decisions. But Shamila Batohi actually mentioned, to the surprise of the panel of justices who are overlooking this particular matter, that once a director of public prosecution is able to make a decision to prosecute, their predecessor is able to come back based on the quality of evidence and decide to withdraw those charges. And that was something that was likened to judges by the presiding retired Justice Nkabinde, saying that, once a judge actually makes a decision, it would be incumbent on another court to actually rescind that decision. So she was actually questioning how it would happen with the prosecutors, that a director of public prosecution is able to make a decision on a matter, and their predecessor or someone who comes after them is able to actually reverse that particular decision. So these are some of the matters that are actually coming out of this particular inquiry. And we know that Advocate Shamila Batohi this week also mentioned that there were some elements of interference and undue influence during the time when, for instance, on the matter of the Ketomena police unit, where they were saying there was very minimal evidence, but yet Advocate Chauke, and not being the Director of Public Prosecutions in KZN, but being in the south of Gauteng, he actually went and overstepped the mark by taking over rather the authority of the Director of Public Prosecutions in KZN in prosecuting that particular case of the Keto Manor unit and Major General Johan Boysens. So we will definitely be hearing today some of the allegations that actually led to Advocate Shamila Batohi actually reporting this matter to the presidency and eventually leading to the subsequent establishment of this inquiry.
Well, thank you so much, Ofentse Setimo, and he'll be updating us with those developments at the Nkabinde Enquiry.